Welcome everyone, it's Jean from the Inky Studio. So glad you could stop by today. I am part of a collaboration that is hosted by Junk Journal Fix with Sunflowers and Doors Facebook group. And each day in the month of August, there's going to be a new creator who's going to give you all kinds of ideas and inspirations and things to do. I think it's going to be a load of fun. And I'm going to put a link down below to the YouTube playlist so that you can get caught up on those who've already posted and enjoy the ones that are going to be coming up. So I want make sure you check those out. Now there's going to be two digital kits, three actually, two from Mandy and one from Julie that are going to be featured in these videos. And I will put a link down below where you can purchase these and check them out as well. And my prompt for this day, and the prompt is frames. And it's something that, we end up wanting to have after a summer, right? After we've taken all our photographs, we usually want some kind of a frame to put them in. So I thought it would be fun to make up a little photo pocket and tag that you could put into your journal or, use alone, or you can even actually put this into a regular frame. So this is what I'm going to be creating today. It's quick and easy. It's appropriate for all levels. And I'm going to be using the prints from Mandy's kit called Faded Impressions. And so let's get started. To make our frame, I am choosing these prints that's part of the freebie available on the Junk Journal Fix Facebook group. And I will link that link down below so you can get there. But this is the one that I'm going to use for the frame. So this will be the one you'll be seeing on the outside. And then for the tag that fits inside the frame, I chose this print. And on the back, I chose a third print, and I printed it very light, like on a draft setting on my printer, so that it's light enough that you can write over it if you want to. And so that's what I did with the tag portion. And then for the photo, I am going to choose this photo right here. Now you might want to choose your own photo you have at home that you want to be inside this frame. But I'm going to go ahead and use this for demonstration purposes. So the first thing that we'll want to do is we'll want to take our frame, our outside frame, and we'll want to cut this down to 9.5 by 6.5. I think I got that right. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta check that over again. Yeah, 9.5 by 6.5. So we're going to cut this down. Now I'm using these dimensions so that it's a size that I think will fit into most journals. And of course you could cut this any size you wanted to. You can make it larger or smaller. The process or the method of folding it is going to be pretty much the same. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to score about 1/2 inch on the left hand side. And if you have a scoreboard, that's great. If not, I'm just going to use my ruler and a stylus. So I'm going to score it 1/2 inch here. Give it a good score. We just want to get started with the fold so we can make a nice clean fold on it. All right, and then we'll fold this over, and I'll go ahead and burnish it like so. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other side and fold it in half by meeting the unscored side. I'm going to meet that right up to the scored side so that this can fit over easily. And then we're just going to do this. So you can see you don't need the exact measurements. You just need to know this idea of just folding this over. And you can use any size of paper. Now we're going to open it up and we're going to score 1/2 inch along the bottom. Just along the bottom like this. And we're going to look at our score line and the fold lines here, and the score line is right there. What I want to do is I want to cut away this portion right in here. And this will be the front of my frame. So we're just going to cut along that bottom there. We're just going to cut that portion out just like that. Okay. Now for the edges here, I'm going to miter them a little bit. Just going to cut them on an angle. Just going to miter. Probably not 100% necessary, but it just might reduce the bulk a little bit. I'm not going to do it here on top, but I'm just going to do it here on the bottom. And so now we have the fold down here. So when we fold this over, like so, we're going to eventually glue this down, but we're not going to glue quite yet. Now, I like to label just so that I know what I'm doing. This is going to be the front, so I'm going to write front on there, just so I remember. Now we're going to make the tag before we go any further. And essentially what I'll want to do is cut the tag just a little bit smaller than my pocket here. So this pocket that I've made is about 4 1/4, so I'll probably make my tag, it's almost 4 1/2, so I'll make my tag about 4 1/8 that way, and this way it's 5 1/2, so probably 5 1/4. So yeah, 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. I'm going to cut out this page here for my tag. All right, so here's my tag. Making sure that it's fitting in there pretty good. Yeah, that looks great. So that's going to work. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut out my photograph. Before I attach my picture to my tag, I want to cut an opening in my frame. And so on the back of that front, on the inside, I am going to trace around my picture right where I would like it, and I'm placing it in the middle this way and just down a little bit from the top. You can place yours wherever you would like, and I'm just going to trace around here. Now anytime you trace around something, it's going to be slightly larger than what you've traced around. And to compensate for that, and also to make the opening just a little smaller than my picture, I'm going to come in about not quite a fourth, like 3/8 of an inch. Just, I mean, you can eye this up if you would like. If you can see, you know, about like that. So this smaller line inside here is where we're going to target it. And I've kind of like drawn the line out with tails so that I kind of can follow it easily and not get confused. So what I like to do is like to start in the middle, poke a hole, and then cut down to the corners, all 4 corners at first. And of course you can use an X-Acto knife. You can cut this any way you like to cut it out, but this is just demonstrating the way that I usually do it. Just like that. And then once I've done these 4 corners, then to me it's kind of easy to get in there and just cut out each section like so. All right, and so here is our opening. Nice opening. You can ink this, you can do whatever decoration you would like to do on the frame. Now, how I'm going to glue this down is I'm going to fold in my tabs, or my scored sides here, and I'm going to glue the outside of them here, right along the edge. The edges are probably the most important part. And then I'm going to glue my frame down like so. And this way, I don't see the tabs anywhere. I don't see them on the front, and I don't see them on the back. There we are, and here is our tag that's going to be fitting inside. Now we're going to need to mount our photograph on there. So I'm just going to get the photograph in there and move it around a little bit, just a little bit. And you can use the eraser of a pen, sometimes that's helpful, or a pencil. And yeah, this is just about where I want that picture to be. So I'm going to reach in here, kind of make sure that I'm holding on to where that picture is at. Okay. And then we're going to glue this on to our tag. Just like so. Do the bottom half first and then come over here on the top. Oops. There we go. So now we have our picture nice and centered on there. Now we'll need a tab for the top of that, and on this printout there is this cute little piece of ephemera. I'm just going to cut out like so, just like that, and I am going to fold that in half, and that can be the little tab for the tag that fits inside there. I'm just going to put that, and you can use a ribbon, you know, use any kind of a tab you would like. So here's our little project for the day, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got some ideas and learned some, maybe learned something new. I am going to put down below a couple of playlists that you might be interested in. I have a playlist of beginner projects that I have on in my channel, and I've also got a link to my journal flip throughs in case you're looking for some inspiration. Now, if you do make something, if you make this project or one of the other projects from the other creators, then please include hashtag JJF Out with the Bang 25. And you can search that hashtag in YouTube, and you can find other people besides the creators who have also kind of jumped on the bandwagon and made a few projects from all these. So I thank you so much for viewing, and I hope to see you again real soon. Now you have a great and crafty day. Bye.